Chris Soriano with you from the Manhattan studios. In between some college football coverage today, managing to get a few minutes in with this hour and a half break that I have. And I can't. I really, really, for the life of me, cannot understand what type of world we're living in. So, yesterday, President Trump held almost like a campaign rally. This is what it sounded like. Take a listen.
Get the whole family and bring them out to vote for Big Luther Strange. Gotta vote for him.
So this is a campaign rally. He's talking about Big Luther Strange, who's up for election in November. But it gets better.
And everyone in this arena tonight are unified by the same great American values. We're proud of our country. We respect our flag.
Okay. And then just leave it at that. Just leave it at that, President Trump, please.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired.
Now, okay, let's bring it down. Bring it down a bit. Now, there is something that just fascinates me about this. Absolutely fascinates me. I don't mind him saying that he's patriotic. Unfortunately, nowadays, if you come across patriotic, you're racist. That's the type of world that we live in. Okay? It sucks, but that's the way it is. Unfortunately. If you come across as patriotic and loving this country, you're labeled as a racist or just anything but not patriotic. But for a president, now I understand that, okay, that's what a lot of people are thinking. And people are going to use this as, well, you know, there's Donald, man. That's why he was elected, because he says what people are thinking. And yeah, that's a big reason why Trump won, was because he says what people think. But I have a few issues. One, can we not say son of a bitch? Because you know that's, I mean, it's just, you know that's going to be on campaign commercials everywhere during the election. When you're up for re-election, if you get to re-election, if you don't get impeached by 2020. And you know you standing at a campaign rally, going, fire that son of a bitch, who has a right, by the way, as an American, to kneel. And I said this today on Twitter. Even the people that hate this country, and there are a lot of people out there that hate America, there are people out there that would rather take Kim Jong, whatever the fuck his name is, over Donald Trump. that hack Chelsea Handler among one of them. That's a story for a different segment. I'm talking about this. I have a problem with the language. And you know me. I say fuck, I say son of a bitch on this podcast, on the show. I've said it. I've done it on FM radio. I'm a colorful language guy. But I'm also not going to be going up against someone for re-election. I'm not the president of the United States. It's not going to, be plastered all over the place. I mean, listen, when I get super, super famous, maybe it will. And then I'm in big trouble. But, no, I'm not that bad. I'm not bad. But, I woke up this morning, and I see that. And I'm driving into work, and I have CBS 880 on. And I'm just listening to this. And I'm just appalled. Really. And this is one of those times that as an American, I am embarrassed with how my president is acting. I'm embarrassed. And I like Trump. And I'm one of those guys, I'll be the first to tell you. You can, is he a douchebag? Yeah, he's douchey. Is he totally unprepared? Did he go into this unprepared and not knowing what the hell's going on? Yeah. He was the most unqualified, unprepared person to take the White House. And there's not I won't debate anyone on that. And you could say Obama. Well, Obama was in public office. Not for long, but he was. Trump was unprepared, unqualified. Hillary was more unqualified and more crooked. But the tweeting has always been something that I cringe. I cringe. When I go on Twitter and I see a Donald Trump tweet, I cringe. I cringe. Then, speaking of tweets, about 1 hour ago, 10:30 Eastern Time, the President of the United States goes on Twitter and says, let me actually, I want to pull up the direct tweet so I don't get, oh, you're saying it wrong, blah, blah, blah. President Trump took to Twitter and said this: going to the White House is considered a great honor for a championship team. Stephen Curry is hesitating, therefore invitation is withdrawn, with a big exclamation point. West Wing Report tweets out shortly after, Curry has said he didn't want to visit the White House because he won't stand for things real Donald Trump has done as president. Just going through some of the tweets here. Focusing like a laser on the major problems of the American people. Black professional athletes with opinions. That's Jake Tapper tapping into this Trump tweet. That's an idiotic tweet, Jake, because now what we're going to do is we're going to use the racial thing with Trump and, oh, well, Curry's black, so Trump's a racist. No. LeBron James, you bum. Ugh. We got LeBron calling the president a bum. What else? Also funny how Trump wants to pin it all on Steph. That was at Drew Productions. That's a great tweet because you have Durant, and and all these other people on the Warriors that have said they do not want to go to the White House. But here's why he said something about Steph, is because Steph came out and said about 24 hours ago that he was not going to the White House, that the Golden State Warriors were going to vote on it, but he was not going to go. He was going to decline. Now, what I'm curious about, what I'm really curious about, is I want to ask the president this question. Are you not inviting Steph Curry? Or are you not inviting the Golden State Warriors? That's a big difference. Because if he's going to sit, and again, I don't want to make it a racial thing, but, and I'm the first one to say that I hate the race thing, that the race card's thrown out way too much, but if he's going to sit there and not invite one guy, you know, oh, he's not inviting the black guy, even though a majority of the NBA team are black, you know it's going to happen. And it's stupid. Because look at his tweet. Look at it again. Going to the White House is considered a great honor for a championship team. Stephen Curry is hesitating, therefore invitation is withdrawn. Now, a couple things about that tweet. Steph Curry does not represent the entire Golden State Warriors. So, is he talking about is he rescinding the invitation to the entire team, or is he rescinding it to Curry? Either way, it's fucking stupid. It's stupid. You have Americans in Puerto Rico out of power. They could be out of power for months. And you're tweeting about Steph Curry because he doesn't want to go to the White House? You have healthcare. I can't. You have healthcare, which is a major fucking issue in this country, that nobody knows what the fuck they're doing with it. You have people dying in all these natural disasters. Florida's been ripped apart. Houston's been ripped apart. And what's going on in Puerto Rico is horrible. And my heart goes out to the people of Puerto Rico. And you have people in Puerto Rico with no power. Nothing. They can't even see your fucking tweets. And this guy, the President of the United States, as Puerto Rico sits there with no power, and Puerto Rico could have no power for months, and what's on the president's mind? Steph Curry doesn't want to go to the White House. Let me tweet about it on a Saturday morning as an entire fucking... I can't. Why? Why does he have to be so fucking petty and so fucking just babyish? And here's your news flash for the president. And I'll just spell it out for him. And all you people that, you know, anti-Steph Curry. Listen, do I agree with Curry not going to the White House? No, I don't. I think it is an honor to go. I think it's great to go. And my thing is, if you have a problem with the president, don't like his political views, I feel that if you win the championship, it's an opportunity to go there, maybe speak to the president, bring up some issues. But he's not going to do it. I had a problem with Tom Brady not doing it. Now, Tom says that he had a other function. Still, we know that Brady was not an Obama fan. And we know where Brady's policies lie politically. Which is the problem nowadays. Because we know everybody's political stature. But I don't agree with it. I think the players should go. Again, it's their right to, and we get back to the rights thing. It's their right not to. I think that they should go. I know if I was a player and I opposed President Trump, which I oppose a lot more than people think I do of the president, and I've opposed Obama and I've opposed Bush, I would go to the White House and I would say, you know what, Mr. President, I don't like how this is going. I don't like certain things that are going on. Let me voice my opinion. It's a great opportunity. But that's beside the point. Steph Curry says, I'm not going to the White House. He says that 24 hours before this tweeted out. So what Trump does is he sees Curry come out. He wasn't hesitating. Curry came out the day before and said, I am not going to the White House. Trump then goes, invitation's withdrawn. No, you idiot. Curry took the invitation already and threw it in the fucking trash. He said that a day before you tweeted this. He said it yesterday that he wasn't going. That the Warriors were going to vote on it as a team, but Curry wasn't going to go. Then the president has to go on Twitter like a little petulant child, like a baby. Oh, I'm going to take the invitation away. Well, guess what? He already took the invitation away. He said he wasn't going. What part of that don't you understand? He said he wasn't going to the White House. Case closed. Don't tweet about it. Don't say a thing. You can have a White House press release saying, you know what, due to circumstances, we will not, the Golden State, we think it's best off that the Warriors do not come to the White House, or come up with something presidential sounding. Not invitation withdrawn, big exclamation point. I'm the president. Follow me on Twitter. No! You know what? I see some stuff that he puts up at times, and I say, you know what? That's presidential. I like that. He's got a point here. Then stuff like this just drives me through the fucking wall. I mean, I really can't deal with this guy. And I have supported him, and I'm not jumping off the bandwagon, folks. But I have an issue with him right now. A big issue. And that's acting like a child. And that's at a campaign rally yesterday saying son of a bitches should be fired for kneeling for the flag, even though it's their right. And even though, listen, you can go back on this YouTube channel, I have crucified people. I've said it's your right to kneel. It's your right to disrespect the flag. But you know what? If you don't like this country, then get the fuck out. I've said that, so I'm not going to go back on my word. It is, however, someone's right. And that's what people in the Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, all these people, men and women overseas, have fought for. Is for us to have freedom and for us to have a right. And that's their right. And I don't like it, but I have to respect it. I don't have to like it, but I got to respect it. Because it's their right. This is America. But when I sit here and I see Puerto Rico being ravaged, and Puerto Rico with no power, and he's sitting there saying son of a bitches should be fired in the NFL and tweeting about Steph Curry, it's just, I mean, get a grip. Just get a grip. They're both wrong. Curry's wrong, I mean, just, and again, it's his right, but Curry's wrong for not going and making a whole federal case out of this. I think players are wrong in the NFL for kneeling. I think there's another way to do things. What the Cleveland Browns did a couple weeks ago, visiting police stations and talking with police officers, that's the way to do it. And enough of that. We can talk about LeBron. LeBron does the NBA does a great job with getting messages out there. And I don't agree with LeBron's views, Steph's views. I'm not going to stop watching them in the NBA. They're entertaining to watch. And I don't hate LeBron. I'm not one of those people that hate LeBron. LeBron's entertaining. Curry's entertaining. I love watching Golden State basketball. I'm not gonna be. I'm not an extremist. That's go. Oh, well, you don't agree with me politically. Fuck you. No, I'm not gonna do that. Just like I'm not gonna be an extremist and be anti-Trump now. No, I'm not anti-Trump. I'm a lot of I just can't. You know what? I stopped myself, but I can't believe that I'm talking about a sitting president of the United States tweeting about an NBA basketball player, and his feelings are hurt. Then he's tweeting about the Emmys. First of all, get the facts right. They were the second lowest. As much as I would have loved to have them be the lowest, because I hate Stephen Colbert, they were the second lowest. So you just look like an idiot. This country, there's a lot of divide. Obama didn't do a good job of pulling people together. Lots of divide in the 8 years of Obama. And so far, it's just not working with Trump. I mean, there is not really anything pulling people together. And I know when Bush was president, there were people that united during 9/11. I think we're unfortunately at a point right now where if a disaster, if a tragedy, if an attack were ever to happen on soil like it did that day or close to it, we would not be divided. I mean, we would not be united. We would be divided. And that's sad. That, on that one day, for a couple of weeks, people were united all as Americans. And I feel that today, if something like that would happen, it wouldn't. There's just too much hate in this country, too much divide in this country. And, when you have a president that wants to say that we have to come together, and then in just another instance, he's just so divisive. You know what? Come out and address this as a president. I would love for Trump to go out there and say, you know what? There's a problem in this country. People are kneeling for the national anthem in the NFL. I want to know why. I want to get to, as the president of the United States, I want to get to the bottom of this issue. I'm inviting all players that have a problem, that think there's an issue out there, that are kneeling. Let's meet at the White House and talk about this issue. If I'm Trump, the best thing that I would have done, if he was really going to, now I wouldn't have touched it, but if he really would have wanted to tweet about it, I would have tweeted inviting Steph Curry to come to the White House and discuss issues. But no, he just he doesn't know how to act. That's the case closed. He just does not know how to act at times. And his people that he has, his PR people, I mean, they really are the worst because no one's telling this guy to shut the fuck up. Nobody. We're almost a year into his presidency and nobody has just fucking taken his Twitter password. I can't. So much stuff in the world. And Steph Curry's on Donald Trump's mind. I can't.